get started already? I want to know how much I'm getting.
Russell, need I remind you that it took your father 75 years to build the fortune you're so desperate to get your greedy little hands on? Waiting another 5 minutes won't kill you.
No, but I think it's killed Grandmama. See? She's dead.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Russell. Grandmama's not dead, she's just sleeping.
I don't hear any snoring.
That's how you know she's sleeping.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Hobson, as much as it pains me, I must agree with Russell. What are we waiting for? Everyone is here.
Not everyone.
Who's missing?
Your dear sister. Remember her?
Pansy? Oh, please. We don't even know if she's going to show up at all.
That's right. She didn't even show up to her own wedding.
You know she had a perfectly good reason for that.
It turns out she's philosophically opposed to marriage.
I just wish she told her fiancé that before they planned the whole thing.
So does her fiancé.
Oh, well, you know Pansy. She thought it would make a more dramatic statement that way.
You rang?
Yes, Hobson, please bring me a glass of water and a very large aspirin.
I'm very sorry, sir, but we only have the regular sized aspirin.
It was a joke.
Oh, yes. Very amusing. Ha ha.
He never asked me what I wanted.
That's because he doesn't like you, Russell. Nobody does.
That's not true. A lot of people like me.
Name one.
All right, let's see. Someone who likes me. I got it. Grandmama likes me very much.
Don't be so sure.
I rest my case.
Would you two stop bickering? I swear, it's like you two never grew up.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm rubber and you're glue.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You wouldn't believe the traffic. It was bumper to bumper the whole way here. And I can't even tell you how horrible the weather has been.
Then don't.
What?
You said you can't tell us, so don't. You tend to run at the mouth anyway.
Well, that's rather rude.
No ruder than making us wait to read the old man's will.
Yes, well, now that we're all here, let's get started, shall we?
I'm bored.
Be patient, Abigail. Mother's gonna figure out how many millions she's gonna make, and then we can drive back to the city and start spending it. Won't that be fun?
Pansy, I don't know what makes you think you're getting any of Father's inheritance. You were never around when he was alive. What makes you think he should leave you anything when he's dead?
You know very well where I've stayed away. Father and I have never gotten along. Why? If I'd been around more often, I probably would have killed him. Oh, no, I didn't mean kill. I only meant me being here would have sent you to one earlier. I'll be quiet now.
Hallelujah.
But you know, at least I made my own way in this world.
If she couldn't do it.
The only reason the rest of you stayed behind was so you could live off of Father's handouts.
They were hardly handouts, Pansy. I managed his entire publishing empire. I'm the one that negotiated all of his contracts. I'm the one who booked him on all the tours and talk shows. If anyone deserves the bulk of Father's estate, it's me.
Publishing? Why, that's nothing. Don't forget, I edited every single one of Father's books. If it wasn't for my insightful guidance and loving attention to detail, he wouldn't have been able to crank out as many mystery novels as he has over the years.
Well, Russell, how did you contribute to Father's success?
I emptied his wastebasket. Once.
That's only because you thought you saw a quarter at the bottom.
What's your point?
You know, we don't have to keep arguing over how to divide your father's estate. His instructions are in the will.
Read on, McDuff.
Yes, let's hear the good news.
All right, here goes. Hobson, you might want to sit here for this. I, Byron D. Pembroke, being of sound mind
That's debatable.
and body, would like to take this opportunity to express my great disappointment with each of you, the members of my immediate but all too needy family. Not one of you lived up to my admittedly high expectations for you. As you well know, I spared no expense in making sure you received every advantage in life. Fine clothes, travel, the best educations, and what did you do with them? Nothing. I suppose a kind of man might halt there, but I did not get where I am by holding back. Oh no. Honesty has always been my hallmark. Therefore, let me lay out in excruciating detail the many ways you've disappointed me. I'm pretty sure there was a statement for each of you.
Well, go ahead, tell us.
Yeah, we're not afraid.
To get rather personal.
Yeah, of course. You must read them.
Again, we're not afraid.
Maybe we should be.
Oh, come on. Father may have been a really hard man, but he always knew what he was talking about.
Right, you asked for it. Let me start with Gerald, my firstborn child. You were blessed with a sharp and observant eye, always seeing things nobody else saw. You could have become a great scientist or engineer, but instead you became an accountant, learning to cook the books so you could steal from me without my finding out. Well, I found out.
Is this true, Gerald?
Oh, come on. He didn't know what he was talking about.
Judith, my secondborn. Growing up, you were so inquisitive and had a strong sense of fairness.
Well, go on. I want to hear more about myself.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm trying to remember what the will said. I'm pretty sure there was something about you. Okay, yeah. You were, out of all my children, you were most likely to follow in my footsteps, but you were too lazy to write your own books. So, you decided to tinker with mine. If you hadn't put all those notes in my book, then you would have, I could have written another 10 books.
So much for your insightful guidance.
Oh, shut up.
Pansy, my third child. You had I'm pretty sure the will said that you had an extensive vocabulary and a wonderful grasp of language. You dreamed of becoming a great lawyer, but you just couldn't hack it. After you failed to get into Harvard, you threw it all away, giving up your passion for justice just to become a bobble-headed socialite. What a waste.
Ooh, bird.
Your turn is coming, little brother.
This leads me to Russell, the youngest. You turned out to be the biggest disappointment of all.
Yes! I'm number one!
You always had a restless mind, one that refused to be put in a box. I suppose that might be useful in some fields, but you never even tried to apply yourself. You had no passion, no talent, not even a passing interest in anything. Your life is destined to end in ruin, degradation, and failure. The one bright spot in all of this is that I won't be around to see it.
Ouch.
I've heard worse.
Wait, Will didn't mention Grandmama.
Of course, my one exception, my mother, your grandmama. She was quite simply the greatest mother a boy could ever have. She made her home a happy one filled with love and laughter. I'd prefer to leave my entire fortune to her if she's still alive when my will is read.
Grandma, you still with us?
Huh?
Unfortunately, she would only divide the estate among the four of you when she passes on. She was one too soft-hearted that way. No, I want to make sure that the fortune I spent my entire life building goes to the right person, the person most worthy of receiving it. Therefore, I've devised a little puzzle.
Excuse me?
What does he mean, a puzzle?
I'm getting to that. I've looked at it in my entire fortune to use the proceeds to purchase a single item worth $84 million that I've hidden somewhere in this house. As I made clear, not one of you truly deserved the fortune I've made, but through cleverness and ingenuity, one of you, whether family, friend, or stranger, may manage to find this item, and in doing so, prove yourselves more deserving than the rest.
What?
Let me see that, Will.
I'm sorry, I don't have it, and no one can read it until after the probate.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but that's also the law.
Are there any clues about the treasure? Where it might be? What forms it might take?
Not that I remember.
I'm confused. She said whoever finds it family, friend, or stranger. What does that mean?
It means the fortune is only for you to find. Anyone can inherit it. All they must do is find it.
Being forced to compete for father's fortune? Why, this is worse than that expose in the New Yorker.
I don't know if I would go that far.
Did you even read it, Lorraine? It was brutal.
Indeed, it made the lot of us look like manipulative, money-grubbing monsters.
It's kind of like father's will in a way, you know?
Well, I, for one, refuse to indulge in father's eccentricities just because his viewers love to read and discuss and solve, for a lack of better term, the puzzles that he devises. Doesn't mean we have to.
Does that mean you're not going to look for the treasure, Gerald?
Of course I'm not. I'm going to look for something much more valuable. A lawyer who will contest that will in court.
I'm afraid the will is airtight. I should know. I wrote it myself.
With a crayon, no doubt.
Well, I do not have to stay here and let myself be insulted. I've done my duty, and the rest is up to you.
Shall I show you around?
No need, Hobson. I know the way, and I won't be back.
Well, that was rather abrupt.
Why are you looking at me? It was Gerald's fault.
Hobson, I'll be in the study on the telephone. Please see that I'm not disturbed.
Oh, of course, sir.
A treasure hunt. The very idea.
And how about you, Russell? Aren't you gonna go look for Father's treasure?
I don't know. Why go through all that trouble when I could just let somebody else find the treasure? And then steal it from them.
You wouldn't.
You're right. That would be too much work as well.
Even if I had the inclination to look for the treasure, I don't have enough time. I have Father's last book to edit. And it's been so long since I've set foot in this place, I wouldn't know where to start. Well then, I guess Father's treasure will just stay here then, undiscovered. I'm afraid so.
I could go for some cereal.
He is not going for cereal, is he? Oh no, he's definitely going to look for the treasure. Well, good night all. I'm gonna go take Grandma to bed.
I'll take care of it now.
It's quite alright, Hobson. I like to do it.
If it's alright with you then, I shall retire to my quarters for the evening.
Of course, Hobson. We'll see you in the morning. Come along, Grandma. Let's take you to bed.
But I don't want to go to bed.
Well, sure you do. You're just fast asleep on the sofa just now.
Oh, is that the sofa? I thought I was in some sort of jalopy that I kept getting jostled around.
Well, Abigail, are you ready to go look for the treasure?
You better believe it. Where do you think Grandfather hid it?
I have no idea, but how about I see that will? Maybe there's something inside of it that might hint to where it might be. Oh, there is something at the bottom. It's one more paragraph. Listen to this. This treasure does not shine like jewels, nor does it gleam like gold. But if you wish to find it true, a cold heart you must hold. Oh, and look, he spelled heart wrong.
Where?
There. See? He spelled it H-A-R-T. That's weird. Indeed. I've changed my mind. I'll take this up to the guest room. I think we'll be staying a while.
Aren't you going to show the will to the rest of the family?
And give away our one advantage? I don't think so.
Well, it's about time. I thought they'd never leave. Now, let's approach this logically. There are 26 rooms in this house. In which would Father have hidden the treasure? In this room? No, there's not enough. There's just too much obviousness here. Just too obvious. His bedroom? No, there's not enough hiding places there. I've got it! It must be in his library. There are plenty of hiding places there.
Now think, Judith. Father must have left a clue in one of his books. But which one? The boarding house murders? No, he wrote that long before he thought of any treasure. The darkest shadow? No, there weren't even objects in that book. I've got it! The mystery at Foggy Point! In the book, the killer hid his knife inside of his pillow. That must be your father hid his treasure in his pillow!
Come on, Hobson. You know Mr. Pembroke better than anyone. There's only one place to put in the treasure, and that would be the... For heaven's sake, who could it be at this hour? May I help you?
Look at this place, George. Isn't it just a dream? Oh, it's more than a dream, Harriet. It's an absolute vision. This is exactly how I picture this house, you know. All ominous and spooky. Spooky indeed. One might call it sinister or macabre.
Excuse me, is there someone you'd like to see?
Oh, yes. Byron Pembroke, please. We're his biggest fans. One might call us superbly steadfast superfans.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Pembroke is indisposed.
That's all right. We'll wait right here until he's disposed.
No, don't sit down.
Oh, but we must. Our feet are simply pounding.
The reversible symphony of pain.
All right, fine, he's dead.
Who's dead?
Mr. Byron Pembroke, the man you're waiting for?
Well, that was rather sudden.
Actually, it happened several days ago.
Oh, dear. And to think we never got to tell him how much his books have meant to us. Isn't that tragic, George?
More than that, it's a genuine cataclysm of sorrow.
Now that you made that point abundantly clear, I really must insist that you leave.
Oh, we can't leave.
What do you mean you can't leave?
Didn't you hear? The bridge is out.
Surely you're joking.
He doesn't believe me. George, dear, would you tell this nice servant about the bridge?
Oh, you should have seen it. It was a disaster of the highest magnitude.
Mr. Pembroke!
I thought he was dead.
What? Mr. Pembroke is dead. I mean, that Mr. Pembroke is dead. I'm calling the other Mr. Pembroke, the one who isn't dead.
Oh, well, let him know we appreciate putting us up for the night. We simply couldn't go back to the village with the roads washed out and houses flooded and everyone clamoring for shelter.
Clamoring for shelter?
Oh, yes. Half the village must be looking for a place to stay tonight.
Are you suggesting we will soon be inundated with more interlopers?
I don't know interlopers, but I'm sure you'll have plenty of people stopping by.
It'll be a veritable crush of humanity.
Mr. Pembroke!
Of course, I suppose it is Mr. Pembroke's fault for buying a house on top of a bluff. But it's just so fitting, isn't it, George? I mean, for Mr. Novelist to live somewhere so bleak.
Indeed, I consider it the epitome of gloom.
Where could he be?
Jeeves, is that your name? Mr. Jeeves?
It's Hobson, ma'am.
That's funny. You look more like a Jeeves. Would you bring us a blanket and some hot tea? It's getting rather chilly in here.
A bona fide fortress of frigidity.
Oh, please shut up!
For heaven's sake, Hobson, keep it down. Grandmama's trying to sleep.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but wait a moment. Grandmama's bedroom is on the opposite side of the house.
Well, she asked me to bring her a glass of water.
But you don't have a glass of water.
Well, I haven't gotten to it yet because of your incessant yelling. What you're going on about?
I'm very sorry, ma'am, but have you seen the master of the house?
No, excuse me, who are these people?
The fans of the late Mr. Pembroke. They've intended to stay the night.
Oh, no. They can stay here. What if they find out about the Treasure?
With all due respect, ma'am, I thought you were interested in the Treasure.
I'm not, but I certainly don't want them to find the Treasure.
Isn't it cute, George? We're speaking on some sort of code.
It's been very, very, very nice meeting the two of you, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask Hobson to show you the door.
Oh, there's no need for that. We've already seen it in the foyer, and a very nice one it is, too.
A true portal of pulchritude.
As you've noted, ma'am, I've already tried that approach, but it seems Mr. Gerald is indisposed.
Another one? Boy, they're jumping like flies around here.
We have to find them.
I'll tell you what, you take that wing, and I'll take this one.
Oh, Mr. Pembroke!
Hello, Gerald!
Oh, George, I don't know how we're going to get any sleep tonight with all this yelling going on.
It's a genuine cacophony of caterwauling.
The energy field, it's coming from right inside here.
That's not what my meter is saying.
Well, maybe you're reading your meter wrong.
I am not reading my meter wrong. I know perfectly well how to read an EMF meter.
Hey Nora, you said I could use one of the meters.
Well, you can't use mine, grab Ian's.
I don't want Ian's. This is all wonky.
My meter is not wonky. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, wait. It's upside down. You're right. That is a lot of energy.
Oh, look, George. It's those nice paranormal investigators we saw down in the village.
Shh. You must remain absolutely quiet. You'll disturb the energy field. The EMF waves are very strong.
Perhaps the strongest we've ever seen. Ooh, George, isn't this exciting?
A very panoply of thrills.
Come on, Nora. I really, really want to use one of the meters.
No, Myrtle, I've walked into something.
The presence of death is very strong here. Almost palpable.
Well, of course it is. Mr. Pembroke passed away just a few days ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Was Mr. Pembroke your father?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're related at all.
Well, the vibrational component of this energy field is very high. That generally indicates a violent death.
Maybe we should try and communicate with them.
Hold on, Nora. Extra-dimensional linguistics is my specialty, not yours.
Ooh, I think I should like to communicate with Mr. Pembroke. What is he saying?
Help me. I'm burning. I'm burning.
Oh dear! Was Mr. Pembroke sent to the bad place?
Nope, sorry. That was me. My throat's been a little dry.
Well, are you going to tell us what he's saying or not?
Sure. Just give me a minute. Ah, yes, I've got it now. He's just saying that he was murdered.
Murdered? Well, that's a surprise. Does he say how he was murdered?
Oh, the usual way somebody killed him?
I don't mean that. Does he mention a murder weapon or anything?
I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. I'm picking up something. I think it's the murder weapon.
Where is it?
Wait a minute. I need to adjust the frequency gain. It's coming in more sharply now. Yes. There it is. I can see it as clear as day.
Can you tell what it is?
It appears to be an egg.
An egg.
How can you kill somebody with an egg?
You're not looking at the murder weapon. You're looking at the back of this guy's head.
Oh, I was wondering why the egg was covered in dandruff.
Oh, George, did you kill Mr. Pembroke?
Of course not, my beloved. What conceivable motivation would I have to exterminate my most beloved novelist?
For the insurance money, of course.
Wait, I'm picking up the spirit again.
Can you tell where he is?
It appears to be right over there. I can feel his whole breath in my face!
That's funny. I don't feel a thing.
Well, don't just sit there, George. Do something!
What precisely do you expect me to do, Harriet?
I don't know. She said wear something.
Shoot. Vamos. Depart.
Oh, George, you're completely useless.
The very paragon of pointlessness.
Ooh, he's coming back around again. Oh, the signal is fading.
Myrtle, you need to get my meter back now.
No way. This is too much fun.
Did somebody call my name?
Why would I call your name? I don't even know who you are.
Why, I'm Gerald Pep. Wait a minute. This is my house. Who are you?
Oh. I'm Ann, and these are my colleagues, Nora and Myrtle. We're pleased to meet you.
Well, I'm not pleased to meet you. This is a private home. You must leave.
But we can't leave. The signal, it's too strong.
Signal? What signal?
The signal of the spiritual world, of course.
We're ghost hunters.
Don't be absurd. There's no such thing as ghosts.
You're only saying that because you're not a ghost.
We're actually detecting a lot of extra-dimensional activity.
The spectral bandwidth is very deep.
I agree something here is very deep.
Well, okay. Fine. If
these really cool pieces of detector equipment and leave.
Hold on, not so fast.
What's the matter?
Can you detect treasure with those things?
You mean like jewels or precious metals?
Something like that, yes.
I don't know. We've never tried.
But I suppose it could work if we set the turner on a high enough frequency.
And if the treasure was recently handled by the deceased.
Recently handled by the deceased. I got a job for you. Come with me.
Give the meter back.
Now be very, very quiet. We don't want anyone to know what we're doing here. What was that verse again? I think it was something like, the treasure does not shine like jewels, nor does it gleam like gold, but if you wish to find it true, a cold heart you must hold. I get the first part, but what does a cold heart mean? Well, I guess Father wants us to think clearly and rationally like him. That's why I brought along this flashlight. If we lower it at a low angle, we can see where the dust has recently been disturbed, and that'll hint where the treasure's hidden. I learn all sorts of things in my line of work. Russell, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Me? I must have been sleepwalking.
With a flashlight.
I wanted to see where I was going.
I'm disappointed in you. You used to be so much better at lying.
Can I ask you something?
More questions? You should have become a reporter. Even when you were kids, you were always meddling in other people's business.
I can assure you I have no interest in any of this business of yours.
Then fire away.
What did Father die of?
What? Oh, I suppose it was a heart attack or something.
You don't know?
Well, no, the coroner's report hasn't come back yet.
The coroner's report.
Yeah. Isn't that how these things usually go?
No, a coroner isn't called unless the person died under suspicious circumstances.
Oh, well, there was nothing suspicious about the way the old man died. He died as he lived, typing away his old typewriter, or so I was told.
Then why was the coroner called?
I have no idea. Wait, did you hear that?
No.
It sounded like a loud thump.
Ooh, maybe this place is haunted. Trust me, Abigail, this place is the furthest thing from haunted.
I'm going to investigate.
Wait, I have another question! Darn it. What were you going to ask your mother? I'll tell you later. Right now, we've got some treasure hunting to do. Come on.
Wow, Snake, just look at this place.
I'm looking, Joey. I'm looking.
I ain't never been in a place this fancy before.
You think this is fancy? Well, I've robbed places that make this joint look like a garbage dump.
Well, sure, the traffic flow is kind of choppy. And those window treatments are out of style. But overall, it's pretty nice.
Now remember, everyone's probably in the basement hiding from the storm. So we gotta work fast. They could come upstairs any minute.
Sure thing, Snake.
What are you doing?
I'm taking a selfie for my Instagram account.
What Instagram account?
At the Theming Life. I just launched it.
Why would you do a thing like that?
Gee whiz, Snake. You can't expect me to live off the money from breaking and entering alone. I've got to generate alternative income streams for my online endeavors.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm sensing a lot of negative energy over here.
You bet there's a lot of negative energy. If you post what you're stealing online, the cops are gonna see it and they'll know you stole it.
Don't worry about that. I figured out a way to prevent the cops from knowing who I am.
Oh yeah? And how are you gonna do that?
I post under your name.
What? How did that let me?
Why would they do a thing like that? You didn't post nothing.
Just put the phone away, would you? You don't have much time.
Well, if you say so.
What are you doing now?
I'm trying to get this in my bag.
Don't waste your time with the big stuff like this. These bags only hold about a gallon.
Why didn't you get bigger bags?
The bags are fine.
I would have gotten 2-gallon bags, or maybe even 3. Those line and leaf bags hold at least that much.
Yeah, but you ever try to put sticks in them? They still rip.
Why would I want to try and steal a bunch of sticks?
You wouldn't. I'm just using that as an example.
Or even 100-gallon bags. Could you imagine how much stuff we could steal with 100-gallon bags?
Look, I don't have time to go traipsing all over town checking out every single bag store, all right? Just try to use your smarts about what you steal.
Well, I get that, but what's wrong with the lamp?
If you want to be a successful burglar, you have to steal valuable things like watches and jewelry, not lamps. Lamps are cheap. They're a dime a dozen.
Wow, you're right. That is cheap.
Now hurry up, would you? We wouldn't want anyone bursting in on us.
This is Katie Wong with that. Oh, jeez. What's the matter?
The lighting is too dark. I need to adjust it.
Drew, what are you doing? It's called working miracles, honey. Your pores look like the craters of Jupiter.
Actually, Jupiter doesn't have any craters.
Oh, so now you're Dr. Neil deGrasse? Well, make it fast. You can't rush miracles, honey.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is Katie Wong with Eyewitness News. I'm here at the scenes of the floods, and I have to say, the sight of devastation has been heartbreaking. This house is just one of many abandoned by residents seeking to escape the ravages of the storm. The front door left wide open.
Cut!
Alex, please, you're too close. How far do you expect me to work? I don't know, just over there somewhere. Unbelievable.
It's still too dark. We're gonna need more light.
Drew, would you be a sweetheart, turn on that lamp over there? You did not just ask me to do that. What's the matter? You don't know how to turn on a light? I'm an artist, not an electrician. And I'm an award-winning journalist, but I guess I'll be the one to turn it on. What happened to the light? Don't ask me. I'm not an award-winning journalist.
Oh, wait. I had the lens cap on.
You have got to be kidding me.
No, really.
I believe you. I believe you. Are you ready now?
Just give me a minute.
I will give you 2 seconds.
And 1.
Hello, this is Katie Wong with Eyewitness News. This house was just one of many abandoned by residents escaping the storm. As you can see, the front door left wide open and there's not a single soul in sight.
Cut!
Alex, I swear, one more interruption, I'm gonna send you back to covering toddler pageants. Ew, can I do those too? They're so sassy. I just love their little attitudes.
Still too dark. Gonna need more light.
Your turn, Drew. I do not get paid enough for this. Ah! The lamp's alive! Nice to meet you!
Hey, look! There's another one over there!
Welcome to our humble abode. What were you doing under there?
You know what they say, a coffee table is the best place to hide during a storm.
And the lampshade?
A personal fashion statement.
Well, you need to get out of here. You're ruining our shop.
No, wait. I think I can use them.
Really?
Sure. We'll do a quick stand-up interview.
We really ought to get going.
Not a chance. This is real-life drama. An inspiring story of hope against insurmountable odds. The chance to bury those losers at Daily News now.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Katie Wong with Eyewitness News. I'm here with 2 survivors of the storm, and I have to say, I found them wandering in the halls in a daze. Their strength, weak. Their appearance, sickly.
Oh no, he always looks like that.
So, this is your home?
Yeah, we've lived here for, how many years has it been, Snake?
A bunch.
Yeah, a whole bunch of years.
That's funny because, well, you don't really look like you could afford a place like this.
Oh, you would be surprised how much money you can make in our line of work.
Oh, really? And what is your line of work?
Asset redistribution.
You mean like finance?
Well, yeah, there's some of that involved.
So, what were you doing when the storm hit?
Oh, well, we were just up here casing the neighborhood.
He means we were evaluating some of the fine real estate offerings in the area.
Uh-huh, and what did you discover?
That these bags don't hold a hole.
He doesn't need to know about the bags. Excuse me, what are you doing in our house?
Here you go. Hi, I'm Katie Wong with Eyewitness News.
I know who you are, but what I don't know is what you're doing in my house.
Your house? But these gentlemen over here said this was their house.
You mean the two gentlemen who just snuck off?
Yes, those. Wait. Hey, you can't get away from us now!
Wait up! I need to get my stuff.
If I wanted to work up a sweat, I would become an Olympic athlete.
I didn't give you permission to be here, you know.
Oh, Judith, you're still awake.
Of course, I'm awake. How can I sleep when our house has been overrun by intruders?
Oh, Judith, I'm sure you're just imagining things.
Hardly. There was an entire TV news crew. There was a cameraman, a reporter, and some cheeky woman. And they were pursuing two homeless gentlemen.
That's very interesting, Judith. But I was hoping you could answer a few questions for me.
I'll do what I can, Pansy, but I must tell you, my nerves are frayed. Absolutely frayed.
I'll make it quick. Russell said something about a coroner's being called.
Yes, apparently Father arranged it a few days before he died.
Why would he do a thing like that?
I don't know, maybe he had an air of mystery to his death for his fans.
And how did he look?
What? Before he died?
No, after.
Ew, why would I want to see that?
Well, I mean, most people like to say goodbye to their loved ones after they die.
Not me. I prefer to remember Father as he was before he died, full of his usual vigor.
So you never saw the body?
No, Father made quite sure of that.
What do you mean?
Didn't you hear? The funeral was closed casket. Father didn't want anyone taking pictures of his dead body and posting it all over social media.
So, who did see the body?
I don't know. I suppose the Lorraine did. She was the one that took care of all those arrangements for the funeral.
Well, sure, but why?
Listen, Pansy, I would love to answer your questions all night, but I really must get going to bed. Good night.
Please, Judith, just let me ask one more question.
I said good night.
Well, that's strange.
What is, Mother?
Aunt Judith never saw grandfather's body after he died. It's as if something happened to it, something that someone would try to cover up.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, like an unhealthy dose of cyanide in his bloodstream or bruises on the neck from strangulation.
You think grandfather was murdered?
Possibly. What I don't understand is why it's taking so long to receive the coroner's report.
Maybe it was received and somebody destroyed it.
Good thinking. Maybe we could check the trash.
Or ashes in the fireplace.
You know, you're going to make a very great detective someday.
What do you mean someday?
Thank you, Hobson. I didn't think I was going to last any longer.
How did you come to be locked in the closet, sir?
I don't know. I was showing these ghost hunters where my father kept his valuables, and the door slammed shut behind me.
Ghost hunters? What ghost hunters?
What's up? What light through yonder window breaks? Take the east, and Juliet is the dawn.
It's sun, not dawn. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
You quote Shakespeare the way you like. I quote Shakespeare the way I like.
No, you will quote Shakespeare the way he likes. You cannot change his words.
He's been dead 400 years. How's he gonna stop me?
Did you find something?
Indeed, this home will make the ideal venue for our world premiere. Romeo and Juliet Part 2, Teen Zombies in Love.
I must agree with Wesley on that. This place is much better than that drafty old barn.
Well, sure, but what about the people who own this place? They might have something to say about us using their space, you know.
My dear Devin, As leader of our happy troupe, you of all people should know the cardinal rule of theater.
Wasn't it turn off your cell phones and pagers?
No! The show must go on. Surely we can persuade the owners to lend us their home for the night.
But you're forgetting. What would be the point? We don't have an audience anymore, dude.
Yeah, they all went out when the rain came pouring through the roof anyway.
They didn't all run. Some of them swam.
When you're performing the words of the immortal scribe, who needs an audience?
It's Bard, not Scribe. And we need an audience. Because we haven't paid for these costumes.
What? You didn't collect admission before the performance?
No, he didn't. Our brilliant director thought it'd be a better idea if we asked for donations after we performed.
Was he presented during our rehearsals?
Yes, but he slept through most of them.
I was not asleep. I closed my eyes to focus on the sound of your words.
Then why were you snoring?
My fellow Thespians, let us not concern ourselves over such trivial matters as an audience. The sofa and chairs can be our audience.
And I don't think they're going to pay either.
Oh, this is wonderful.
See?
We can knock down that entire west wall, put up stadium seating, maybe even add a rotating stage.
We're not making changes to this place. We don't even own it.
So we can put it all back when we're done. The owners will never notice.
I must agree with Florence on that.
Trent, you will agree with anyone who has a crazy, completely unworkable idea.
Yeah, maybe you should just be quiet.
I must agree with Caitlin on that.
Well, director, what do you propose we do?
I do not know. But we have to scrape up some money and fast. We cannot afford another canceled performance.
We'll never find him.
Just know it. Don't lose hope, son. We're sure to find him if we just keep looking. Yes, you know it only a short time ago. He couldn't have gone far. Can we help you, little boy?
Yes, ma'am. She walks all right up at the store, but gee whiz, we just can't find him.
Have you tried looking in the 1950s?
Oh, be nice, would you? Please, folks. You must help us. Sir Barcelona means everything to our family. We don't know what we'd do if you were gone for good.
Oh gosh, he's just the goodest, the bestest boy ever.
Well, see, the problem is we're busy right now. We just don't have time to help you look. We'll pay a handsome reward.
So, what breed did you say he was?
He's the Mexican redleg.
Huh? I've never heard of that breed before.
They're rare.
And how big was he?
I'd say he's pretty large, wouldn't you, honey? Oh, yes, for his size, he was extremely large. And long, skinny legs.
And the fluffiest black fur you ever did see.
Okay. When you say large, do you mean like Wesley over here large, or more like Caitlin?
What are you doing?
I'm doing what directors do, casting our next production. Caitlin Summers in Long Lost Dog.
Are you crazy? Nobody believed I was a dog.
Caitlin. The essence of performing a role well is to lose yourself in the character. Believe you're a dog, the audience will believe you're a dog.
Indeed, I played the title role in The Hound of the Baskervilles for 3 years. Critics called my performance very loud and oddly alarming.
You are not helpful.
Come on, Caitlin. You've got to do something to get that reward.
But I don't even look like a dog. Oh, makeup can do wonders. A little fur here, a blackish nose there, and believe me, you're a dog.
Please, can't you help us find Sir Barcelona?
I'm sure we can throw something together.
For heaven's sake, Caitlin! You nearly gave me a coronary.
Indeed, what could justify such an emotive reaction?
That boy has a giant spider on his leg.
What?
Right there, near you. Oh, it's horrible, just horrible.
Where?
Right there.
Wait a minute, is that a spider under the chair?
Look, son, he was right at this desk the entire time.
Sir Barcelona, you naughty boy.
Wait, Sir Barcelona is a tarantula?
Yeah, what do you think he was?
Well, call me crazy, but I thought he was, a dog.
That's dumb. How could it be a dog? He's only this big.
Yeah, we get that.
doing? Can we still get that reward?
Well, that was a waste of time. Not necessarily. At least we know the course for isn't in grandfather's bedroom or library. Any other ideas to where it might be? Well, we could check the trash bins behind the house.
Ronnie, is that you?
Grandma, what are you doing up?
I'm looking for Ronnie. Have you seen him?
Oh, dear.
Who's Ronnie?
That was Grandmama's nickname for your grandfather. It's short for vibrate.
Doesn't she know? I haven't seen him in such a long time.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Grandma, but Ronnie isn't here right now.
It was that woman, wasn't it? She took him away.
Woman? What woman?
She wouldn't let me see my Ronnie, and he was working so hard too.
Grandma, who are you talking about?
I banged on the door. I knew he was in there, but she wouldn't let me talk to him.
He must have been in his study.
Go away, she said. Your Ronnie is gone. You can't see him anymore.
Grandma, what woman?
And then she took her briefcase and left.
Briefcase. She must be talking about that lawyer lady. Grandmama, do you mean Lorraine? Was Lorraine in the study with Father?
Oh, I'll never see him again. I just know I'll never see him again.
Oh gosh, Grandmama sounds very upset. Poor dear. We ought to get her back to bed. Here, you take one arm and I'll take the other.
Oh, Ronnie, dear Ronnie, where have you gone?
It's all right, Grandmama. A good night's rest and sleep will make you feel all better. I hope.
And here we have the famous Pembroke Mansion. Ooh, I just love these tours. It's almost as if we could reach out and touch the place.
We can touch the place, Barbara. We're inside of it.
Oh, wow. This must be why everything looks so lifelike.
Excuse me, where's the gift shop?
There are no gift shops, ma'am.
What do you mean there's no gift shop?
I mean, this is a private home. We shouldn't have stopped here in the first place, but all of you saw that the door was wide open and threatened to hijack the bus and drive it off a cliff if we didn't get to stop and see it. So here we are.
Walter, did you hear what this young lady said?
Yes, dear, I heard her.
She said there's no gift shop.
It's all right, dear. We have coasters from the last 3 places we visited.
Well, I don't have a coaster from this place. How will our friends know we visited the Pembroke Mansion if I don't have a Pembroke Mansion coaster?
I think they'll figure it out from the thousands of pictures you show them.
If there aren't any other questions...
Wait, I have a question.
Of course you do.
Is that crown mold in plaster or polyurethane?
I really don't know.
Because it looks too shiny for plaster, but it's more detailed than you usually see with polyurethane.
Like I said, sir, I have no idea. Now, if you'd like me to follow me to the...
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, please, no.
Where are the restrooms?
None of the restrooms are available to us, ma'am.
Oh, well, that's rather poor planning on your part, isn't it?
I told you we should have gone with the other tour company.
Oh, but then we wouldn't have stopped at any gift shops.
Oh, I think I see the bus driver waving at us. Hold on, Hank. We'll be out in just a minute. So,
You know what? I'll be back.
was that your bus? Sadly, yes. Sorry, we had to ask him to move.
He was blocking the driveway.
He seemed glad to get out of here.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Who are we?
5, 6, 7, 8.
We call ourselves the Cheerios, don't put us to the test. We haven't lost a cheer off yet, we really are the best.
Oh, it's too bad Barbara isn't here. She would have enjoyed this.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did your wife recently depart?
Oh, yes, just a few minutes ago.
Oh, my gosh. That is sudden.
Well, I like to think that a part of her is still here watching over us all.
I hope not. She really needed to go.
Gee, I think you'd miss her more.
You wouldn't happen to have another seat on your bus, would you?
No, but we do have a chair.
5, 6, 7.
Tourists want to ride with us, they ask us with a smile. But if we left them on our bus, it would really cramp our style.
You could have just said no.
Oh man, I thought we'd never lose that guy. I know, right? What an arrogant blowhard.
I still feel bad about locking in that closet. What if he never gets out?
This mansion, once vast enough to spare, is now a symbol of hope as dozens of wayward travelers find sanctuary within its walls. Do you see him there, Dad?
Not yet, son.
Oh, I hope nobody steps on him.
What are you all doing in this house?
In a surprising development, another mysterious figure has arrived to lay claim to the estate.
Get out, all of you! This is private property!
Like a modern-day Scrooge, this woman is completely oblivious to the plight of the unfortunate souls who found refuge in her home.
Oh, shut up!
I sure hope someone might say,
Lorraine!
Pansy, are these your friends invading the sanctity of our home?
Certainly not. Lorraine, this isn't your home, it's mine. But, I'm surprised you came back after what you did.
Well, I did.
Oh, but I suppose it makes all the sense. You probably came back to get rid of some clue, a piece of evidence you left behind.
Clue? Evidence? Really, Pansy, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't you? Then would you like to explain why my father died while he was in perfect health? Why he requested a coroner's investigation days before he died? Why that's been delayed, maybe even destroyed? And why you only ever saw his body?
Wait a minute, are you giving me a murder?
Me? No, not at all. It's the facts of the case that accuse you.
Well, I've got a perfect alibi. I was in Chicago with Gerald when your father died.
What?
It's true, Pansy. We were negotiating a new contract with his publisher.
You would have known that if you spent any time here instead of sticking your nose in after the fact. But, what about you, Pansy? Where's your alibi?
Me? I was in New York when my father died.
Can you prove that?
I can. She took me to the Metropolitan Opera that night. I still have the tickets.
I don't know. Maybe the two of you snuck out of the opera early, traveled to your incognito, climbed through an open window, and strangled Byron in his sleep.
You do have unusually strong hands, Pansy.
Oh, and what about you, Russell? You got the most to gain from Father's death.
I wouldn't talk, Pansy.
Oh, why not? Let's face it. You were never able to support yourself. You needed Father's money just to survive.
You know, Russell did seem unusually eager to read Father's will.
I wouldn't talk to him.
And why not?
Oh, come on. It's obviously the most likely culprit. You knew Father was going to go public about your embezzling, and you decided to get rid of him before he can have you arrested.
That is a lie, I tell you, a bald-faced lie.
I don't know, Gerald. I believe Father before I believe you.
And what about you, Judith?
What about me?
Well, in most cases, the most likely culprit is always the one you least suspect, and in this case, that would be you.
Oh, we're doing someone even less likely than me.
And who might that be?
The butler!
It wasn't me! I knew this would happen! I knew you'd all start attacking each other like the cold-blooded vipers you are!
You're right, Lorraine. We're behaving dreadfully.
Worse than dreadfully, we are behaving like children.
Hey!
Well, that's what you get when money is involved.
I wish Father never started this stupid Finders Keepers game thing for $1 million since summer this house. Hey, what now?
$84 million? In this house? For real?
Finders Keepers?
Wow! Oh, you're finding
It's a madhouse here at the Pembroke Mansion, as the refugees have been given a chance of a lifetime. A chance to uncover a treasure worth $84 million. Wait a minute. What am I doing? That treasure's mine.
You had to open your big mouth.
Sorry.
understand where all these people came from.
We already told you, Gerald. There was a storm in the village, the streets got flooded, and the bridge collapsed.
Don't they have somewhere else to go?
Not without snorkels, they don't.
But these police just taking so long to get here.
They can't help everyone, Gerald. And besides, there's a storm in the village they have to take care of.
These people are robbing us blind and right under our noses.
And some of them are even stealing stuff above our noses.
Maybe the police would be more responsive if you didn't call them every single time you thought our house was being broken into.
You have to admit, those girls were acting really suspicious. They came right up to our front door.
Those girls were Girl Scouts. They were selling cookies.
Well, I'm sick of sitting around. Somebody's got to stop these intruders, and if the police won't do it, then it's up to us. One of them is bound to find the treasure before we do.
All right, go ahead. Get rid of them.
Fine, I will. I say there, you boy.
Who? Me, sir?
Yes, you. Don't you know what you're carrying off there? That is private property.
Well, sure. But it could be worth $84 million.
That is our $84 million.
We'll not talk by the first.
That attitude will get you nowhere, young man.
See?
You've been surprisingly mum during this conversation, Pansy. Don't you have anything to say?
No, not really.
Someone here call the police.
Yes, but don't worry. Those worthless bums won't show up anyway.
Gerald!
Officers, I am so sorry. I didn't mean you guys, I meant the other bums. The ones that didn't show.
Maybe you should just sit down.
Good idea.
I'm Officer Morales.
He's up from Morales. I'm Officer Kowalski.
I understand there's been a break-in here.
You could call it that.
Did you first sign someone had broken in? Were there any signs of forced entry or unusual footprints in the yard?
I bet it was Bigfoot. Huh, boss? What do you think? Huh?
Think you talk too much, Kowalski. And I'm your partner, not your boss.
Actually, the first sign that we were broken into was the massive horde of people occupying our house.
And how many would you estimate that to be?
You know what? I don't know. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will you stop fooling around and making it hard to count?
Wait, you mean some of the intruders are still here?
Oh, no. I mean, all of them are here.
Oh, we thought you were having a party. A really bad party.
Even a bad party would be more fun than this.
Have you tried to get rid of them?
Oh, believe me, officer, we tried.
Why didn't they leave?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because our father hid an item worth $84 million in his house, and they're all trying to find it.
Did you say $84 million?
Yes, it's the entire fortune left by our father.
The old fool decided to make a game out of it. Rather demented, if you ask me.
Interesting. Very interesting.
What did you say this object looked like?
We didn't, actually.
It could be anything.
A diamond ring, perhaps, or a very rare book.
You ever seen anything like this, Kowalski?
There was one episode on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I meant in real life.
Then no.
I think we're going to have to investigate.
What do you mean, investigate?
You know, dust for fingerprints, maybe collect some DNA samples.
Yeah. For evidence, of course.
Well, aren't you going to arrest these people?
Who? These people wandering around?
Yes! These intruders!
Well, yeah, I mean, we could do that. But then the question becomes, what do we do with them? We only have enough room and car for a couple of folks.
And twice, we only got one pair of handcuffs.
Because he lost the other pair.
Is it my fault if that lousy magician didn't return them?
Oh, for heaven's sake, can't you call for backup?
And have some other cops find the evidence. That wouldn't be professional.
Yeah, we gotta be professional.
Hey, Kowalski, I think I see some evidence right over there.
Does it look like it's worth $84 million, partner?
I don't know yet. Let's take a look. Not your partner anymore. I'm your boss.
Okay, I was wrong. This is not the worst thing to happen to us since that expose in the New Yorker. This is 100 times worse.
Do you really believe that, Gerald?
Oh, yes. Father's little game has ruined any chance at comfort or prosperity for the Pembrokes. That expose nearly ruined our reputations.
It's funny you should say that, actually.
And why's that?
Because I wrote that expose.
What?
You mean you're not some bubble-headed socialite?
No, not at all. That's just a role I play. A character I created to get access to high society. I'm actually an investigative reporter. I've been one for 12 years. And I'm going to be one too.
This is abominable.
This is contemptible.
This is hilarious.
Why would you do this to us?
I didn't do anything to you. I simply reported the truth.
That's not the point, Pansy. You made us look like money-grubbing monsters.
Well, aren't you?
No!
Only on days that end with Y.
Well, maybe it was a good thing. Maybe you can see yourself the ways others see you.
You mean the way you see us.
And Father, he saw you that way too.
Well, Father got rather prickly in his later years. I would believe everything he said.
Oh, but earlier you said you would believe Father before you believe any of us.
Well, I wouldn't believe everything I said either.
Hobson!
Oh, for goodness sake, Gerald, what do you need Hobson for?
What do you think I want him for? To throw this backstabber out on the street?
Oh, you don't want to do that?
And why not?
Because she's still our sister.
Oh, please. She gave up any claim to that relationship when she wrote that expose.
Well, think her father then. He wouldn't want her thrown out on the streets either.
Yeah, well, he's gone now. Is there any other reason?
Kicking her out now might look bad in her next expose.
All right, fine. She can stay the night, but the first thing tomorrow, out she goes!
Trust me, the morning can't come soon enough.
Betraying your family to the press. I never thought I'd see the day.
We really are quite disappointed in you, Pansy.
Don't worry, sister. We all have our flaws.
And what's mine? Selfishness, insensitivity.
No, it's honesty, but it really pays.
Gosh, Abby, I didn't think they would take it this hard. Do you think I went overboard, Abby? I read the expose, Mother. It was pretty rough. But I never meant to hurt them. I simply wanted to wake them up a little. Oh, they're awake all right. They couldn't be more awake if they chugged a pot of dark roast.
This must be the Pembroke Mansion.
Can I help you?
Not at all, my child. Zarina is here to help you.
Help? I don't need any help.
Your heart says that you do.
You know what's in my heart?
Zarina knows all.
I'm sorry, I don't believe any of this.
Come, take a seat with me on the divan.
I thought it was called a sofa.
Divan, sofa, they're just words. Meaningless vibrations in the air.
Well, we find them pretty useful.
What do you want?
The question is not about what I want. The question is about what you want.
Excuse me?
Reach deep within your heart. What is it you most desire in this world?
Really? You just barge into my family's home and think I'll confide in you?
Yes. You need to talk to somebody. I can tell. And you can trust me. I promise. Now, what is it you truly desire in this world?
Well, there's Father's treasure, $84 million hidden somewhere in this house.
A mere trifle. Come now, dig deeper. There must be something you desire, something that you haven't even admitted to yourself.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear this. Well, I guess all I've ever really wanted was to be accepted by my family. I've always been the black sheep just because I ventured off into the world and
followed my own path. Nobody ever accepted me for me. Not even Father.
Something's holding you back, though, child. What is it?
I wrote an article exposing my family with their flaws, hoping that it would bring us closer together, but it's only driven us further apart.
That isn't it.
It isn't?
No, there's another secret, acting as a wall between you and the rest of your family. Reach deep within your heart. What is it?
I don't know. I can't think.
Don't think, just feel.
Ooh, Mother, maybe he means the verse. You're right, Abigail. That's it.
What verse?
My father's will included a 4-line verse hinting to where the treasure's hidden.
And you chose to withhold this from your family.
Yes, it was selfish of me. I know. I wanted to keep the treasure for myself and Abigail too, of course. But we just couldn't figure out what it meant. Maybe if the whole family worked together, we could.
And be united in lasting harmony.
Oh, wow, thank you so much, Rena. I feel so much better.
Of course you do.
No, really, I mean it. I've never felt so calm and peaceful. You really are a great psychic.
Who? Me? I'm not a psychic.
You're not?
No, I'm Serena Roberts for Living Your Best Life Now. And I was in the neighborhood and wondered if you guys wanted to try my 3-week introductory workshop. It's only $750.
Get out!
I could give it to you for $650.
She said get out!
Fine. I'll let you think about it for a few days. Then I'll be in touch. Which way did you say the treasure was?
Get out!
This isn't your best life! You know!
I guess what they say is true. Everybody's selling something. He was right about one thing, though. What's that? If we're ever going to be a real family that loves each other and cares for each other, we're going to have to share the verse with them. And the treasure, too. Of course. But you've always said they drive you crazy. They do. But it wasn't until tonight that I noticed how crazy I must drive them as well. Gee, Mother, are you feeling all right? To tell you the truth, Abby, I've never felt better. Jimmy! Jimmy! Russell, come here!
I thought we made it clear. We don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh, but I have something you'll definitely want to hear.
That you've chosen to leave right now?
That you're going to publicly retract the expose.
That you're actually really rich and you're going to give us all your money.
No. But Russell came the closest.
What?
I think I can help us find Father's treasure.
Oh, please, Pansy. We've been scouring the house for hours, and we're no closer to finding the treasure than when Lorraine read the will.
Gerald's right. There's no point in searching any longer. Oh, but we haven't even begun to search.
What are you getting at?
Yeah, Pansy, what do you know that we don't know? Just this. Lorraine left out a very important part of the will. Oh, if you think we're all going to fall for this
Oh, but I'm happy to start here. What is that?
Is that the will?
See for yourself. Good idea. You're not allowed to read that until after the probate.
Sumi! Wait, maybe that might not be the best thing to say to a shifty lawyer?
Oh, Pansy's right. There's something at the bottom of the will.
It's a verse.
A quatrain, to be precise. More like a riddle. It tells us how to find the treasure.
Well, you kept this a secret from us, Pansy.
Yes, and I'm sorry.
No, we have every right to be angry at you for this, Pansy.
Yes, and that's fine. You can be angry later, but right now we need to figure out this riddle so we can find the treasure before anybody else does.
Well, go ahead. Read it, Russell.
No, I'm warning you.
This treasure does not shine like jewels, nor does it gleam like gold. But if you wish to find it true, a cold heart you must hold.
A cold heart you must hold.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's what we've got to figure out. Oh, and he spelled heart wrong.
You're right. He spelled it H-A-R-T.
It's not like Father to misspell words.
Don't you see? Father didn't misspell heart. He spelled it H-A-R-T, as in a male red deer.
How in the world do you know that?
Because I read, Russell. I read books.
I've heard of those.
So what does Father mean by a cold heart?
Well, it could mean a deer in the cold, like in a snowy woods.
What's that supposed to refer to?
The painting! It shows a red deer in the snow!
Wait a minute. I don't remember seeing that painting before.
That's because Father bought it just before he died.
Then that must be it. The treasure isn't gold or jewels, it's a painting! An $84 million painting!
I should have learned how to paint.
Go get it, Russell.
But be careful, we do not want to damage it.
Who's the knight, Tom Tybalt? Where's the treasure knight speak of?
I have no idea.
Maybe the Tybalt.
Thompson. What's in the name? A rose given by any other would smell just as strong.
It's sweet, not strong, sweet.
Would everybody stop correcting me?
Oops.
Oh, get him out! Get out!
The painting is ruined!
$84 million down the drain.
Oh, Hobson! How could you be so careless?
You mean to tell me that that painting is the treasure?
Yes. Or it was.
It's completely worthless now.
Maybe not. What do you mean, Abby? The verse said, a cold heart you must hold.
Yes, so?
Simple. The treasure isn't the painting. It's inside the painting. What is that?
It's a stock certificate for 2 million shares.
That's worth $84 million, all right?
Aw, we should have known it would have been stock. Father was too level-headed to invest his entire fortune in something as easily destroyed as a painting.
Well, you did it, Abigail. You found the treasure.
No, we all found the treasure.
What are you talking about?
Well, my mother first discovered the verse. Aunt Judith knew that heart referred to a male red deer. Uncle Russell realized that the cold meant snow. Uncle Gerald noticed the painting. And I figured out the rest. What are you saying, Abby? I think Grandfather wanted it this way. He didn't want one of us to find the treasure. He wanted us to work through our differences and find it together. That's why he brought exactly 2 million shares of stock, so that we could split it equally among us.
Well, I have to admit, 500,000 shares is a nice little nest egg.
400,000, you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, Mother and I both played a part, so we each get an equal share. Come on, Russell, you've got to admit, it is only fair.
You are a very manipulative little girl. You know that?
I try.
I like it.
And so it's a happy ending here at the Pembroke Mansion as the once dysfunctional family. You know, I think we'll wrap this up back at the studio. Well, that takes care of one mystery, but we have an even bigger mystery to solve.
And what's that?
Father's death. He died while he was in perfect health. Lorraine was the only one to see his body after he died, and we still haven't even received a coroner's report.
There's actually a very good reason for that.
You did kill him!
No, not at all.
Then who did? Nobody.
Father! Oh, man!
Mr. Pembroke!
Pansy, aren't you happy to see me? Of course I am, Father, but it's been so long since the last time we talked. You shared some harsh words. Yes. That's one of the nice things about Dawn. All the things in your previous life seem so trivial. You're not angry? You're my daughter. I could never be angry at you. At least not for long. Dad!
So wait, you were never actually dead?
No, son. I faked it.
But why?
Isn't it obvious? To bring you all together. To make your eyes realize how much you need each other. To make you a family again.
Were you in on this, Lorraine?
Of course I was. Your father needed someone to find the body and have it taken away. And he needed someone to order a fake coroner's report to make the death look official. Unfortunately, that got delayed a few days. Then he needed someone to plan the fake funeral, closed casket of course, who better than his trusted friend and advisor.
I just never dreamed you'd find the treasure so quickly.
Well, we would have found it sooner if Lorraine had read the whole riddle to us.
Blame your father. He wanted to see if one of you would keep the information to yourself as a test.
And I failed it. It took you just a few hours, Pansy. You told them eventually. That's what matters.
How did you know we weren't going to find it on our own?
Yeah, how could you tell we needed each other?
I couldn't. Not for sure. But you each have different strengths, different abilities. Pansy's inquisitive, so she was most likely to find the verse in the first place. Judith knows words. Russell thinks outside the box. And you, Gerald, are very observant. I just needed a role that would require all of these strengths. What I didn't expect was it would take someone with a firm grasp of logic to tie it all together.
What can I say? It was a piece of cake!
But, Father, those words you wrote in the will, they hurt us all deeply.
Please forgive an old novelist for one last piece of fiction.
I told you I wasn't an embezzler!
So you didn't mean everything you wrote.
Well, there may have been a grain of truth in some of it, but you're my children. I'm proud of each of you.
Even me, Father?
Especially you.
Pansy? Oh, please. What has she ever done to be proud of?
Come on. Investigative reporter, defender of truth, warrior for justice. Her words have a bigger impact on the world than my silly tales.
But I kept my career a secret. How did you find out?
You're my daughter. I know you're writing anyway.
But then why didn't you say something?
Why didn't you? You're the one keeping the secret, not me.
Well, I guess I was afraid you would disown me after I wrote that expose.
That little thing, I get harsh reviews every time I publish a new book.
Well, you certainly outwitted us all this time, Father. But I'm so glad you're alive.
Hear, hear.
Yes, indeed.
Oh gosh, somebody needs to tell the news to Grandmama!
Don't worry, she already knows.
Fooled you, didn't we?
Well, I'll be hornswoggled.
You didn't know I could be an actress, did you?
No, we did, but we didn't know you were still lucid.
Listen, little boy, I'll be around and take you long after you've moved on.
Now that's the grandma I remember.
Well, I'd say this calls for a celebration.
It certainly does, but let's make it tomorrow. It's exhausting to come back from the day. Excuse me? What are they doing in my house?
That, I'm afraid, is a very long story.
Does this mean that the treasure's been found?
Yes, we all found it.
Oh, well, that is disappointing. It's a quintessence of catastrophe.
I don't understand. Shouldn't you be happy? Your favorite author's alive.
He is? Where?
Right there.
Oh, no, you can't fool us. Byron Pembroke is a much younger man. See?
How old are those books?
Alright, Hobson, please show them the door and get my book back.
Of course, sir.
My, it's been a very long day.
Sure has.
Agreed.
I'm exhausted.
Wait, so you're alive? I am now.
But that doesn't make any sense. Earlier when we were scanning the room, we picked up lots of extra-dimensional activity. And the ghost, he even told us he was murdered.
You mean Josiah?
Josiah?
Yes, Josiah Madd, M-A-D-D-E. He's the man who built this house.
1794, didn't you calibrate the frequency so we know how old the ghost was?
I couldn't. That dial was on the fritz.
I think you're on the fritz.
Who are all these people?
Shall I get rid of them, sir?
Don't bother. I'm going back to the hotel. Flooded or not, this really truly is a madhouse.
Agreed.